Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to tonight's top stories, let's take a look outside our weather window. A beautiful Sky-Fi tower camera shot from Bear Mountain. Yeah, Chelan is down there somewhere, but once again we had those low-hanging clouds, a mid-cloud deck as well. Some scattered snow showers, even some rain mixed in today, and I don't think we're quite through with it yet. There is a chance that we will continue to see snow right through tonight, especially in the mountain valleys and along that Highway 2 corridor. We can only see probably 1 to 2 inches of snow there, but of course much more snow if you are traveling into the mountain passes. Watch out for some slippery travel, and we'll have your complete north central Washington weather forecast coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. Aside from proposed new state restrictions on firearm ownership and use, a proposed bill would allow local cities and counties to enact their own firearm ordinances. Tech giant Microsoft isn't saying how it plans to lay off 10,000 employees that might affect its new data center in East Wenatchee. And frequent rock slides on Highway 7A near Entiat have led to the state to conduct a quick scaling project there. But first, our top story tonight, police in Moses Lake say an investigation into illegal fentanyl trafficking netted a major arrest over the weekend. 38-year-old Dustin Wayne DeVille is jailed and charged with felonies, including drug possession with intent to sell, for allegedly carrying more than half a pound of fentanyl capsules and 4 ounces of fentanyl in powder form in his vehicle. Police say the traffic stop, which led to DeVille's arrest, also found 8 ounces of methamphetamine. A subsequent search warrant on a home and storage unit tied to DeVille allegedly recovered 2 illegal firearms and a stolen motorcycle. Well, aside from proposed new state restrictions on firearm ownership and use, a proposed bill would allow local cities and counties to enact their own firearm ordinances. Local jurisdictions could then choose to make their own rules more restrictive than those in state law. House Bill 1178 was the subject of a half-hour hearing Tuesday in the Civil Rights and Judiciary Committee.
If this bill passes, is there a risk that local jurisdictions will want to extend this concept to more strict restrictions and local policies on other foundational rights, like the right to peaceably assemble for the common good and the right to not be disturbed in your personal affairs? Do you see that it could drift that direction?
I don't see it as a slippery slope, but I do see the Constitution is not a suicide pact. It's a balancing act. We constantly have to balance the rights of people that are enforcing their constitutional protections against the others. And so even with the Second Amendment is broad enough to allow for reasonable gun regulations, particularly to protect communities that are under a siege of gun violence and crime.
Tech giant Microsoft isn't saying how it plans to lay off 10,000 employees might affect its new data center in East Wenatchee. NCWLIFE News reached out to Microsoft about the $409 million data center, which employs roughly 50 people, after the company announced its plans this morning to trim 10,000 jobs by July. Microsoft's media officers refused to comment beyond the initial announcement, which doesn't specify where job cuts might fall. The company officially opened its new data site on Urban Industrial Way in December. Well, frequent rock slides on Highway 97A near Entiat have led the state to conduct a quick scaling project there. The work, starting today and running through the week, should help dislodge slabs and loose rock that might otherwise fall unexpectedly. One rock fall on Sunday night closed 97A for about an hour. The Washington Department of Transportation says a contractor will be at work from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. each day through Friday. Travelers near milepost 220 should expect to experience delays of up to 20 minutes during those hours. Well, when we come back, Chelan County has a new policy on how it reaches the public through social media. The Chelan County Mountain Rescue saw a 93% mission increase over last year. Wellness Place is looking for their next executive director. And the annual Homeless Point in Time Count will be conducted next Thursday at the Wenatchee YWCA. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Hello, television family. Grab your cup of coffee each weekday morning and join me. I'm Dan Kuntz, the host of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's everything you need to start your day. We're live and we're local at 7 a.m. every weekday on the NCWLIFE channel.
Welcome back. In another news, Chelan County has a new policy on how it reaches the public through social media. County commissioners approved the plan on Tuesday, which guides employees' use of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube when they communicate on behalf of the county. It also regulates when the county can block users or remove their comments on social media posts and bars Chelan County employees from acting in the county's name through their own personal social media accounts. County staffers who manage official accounts must attend educational meetings 4 times a year to brush up on their social media practices. Well, according to the organization's 2022 annual report, the Chelan County Mountain Rescue saw a 93% mission increase over last year. The nonprofit is volunteer-run and comprised of climbers, backcountry skiers, hikers, and medical professionals. The team works with the Chelan County Sheriff's Office and Chelan County Emergency Management to aid in mountain rescues that law enforcement may not be able to navigate otherwise. In total, the team served 28 total missions and put in 775 mission hours. The volunteers are on call 24/7, 365 days of the year. Well, in other news, Wellness Place is looking for their next executive director. Outgoing executive director Julie Lindholm is moving out of state and will be leaving the position in early February. The Wellness Place is a nonprofit organization that provides support and free resources to cancer patients and survivors in Chelan, Douglas, Grant, and Okanagan counties. The annual Homeless Point in Time Count will be conducted next Thursday at the Wenatchee YWCA. Outreach workers will conduct surveys asking individuals about their living situations, among other questions, and will gather demographics like age and gender. Those who participate in the survey will be provided with backpacks full of supplies like food and hand warmers by the Community Action Council. That's in partnership with Chelan County. The county helps local communities better understand the need for homeless housing services based on the information gathered at that event. The count will run from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. and that same day, other nonprofits in Chelan and Douglas counties will be on the ground speaking with people on the street and providing them resources. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Join NCWLIFE channel for live coverage of the Apple Blossom Royalty Selection Pageant presented by Cashmere Valley Bank on Saturday, February 11th. The countdown to coronation at 6 and the pageant at 7 o'clock. Coverage is brought to you by Coldwell Banker Cascade, Confluence Health, Harvest Valley Pest Control, and the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. Join us for the Apple Blossom Festival Royalty Selection Pageant on the NCWLIFE channel.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's feature story, the Wenatchee Puppy Raising Club is a group of 15 volunteers who work with Guide Dogs for the Blind, a national nonprofit that raises, trains, and provides guide dogs to those who need them. The club exclusively raises puppies in the preliminary learning stages of becoming working guide dogs, caring for them until they're ready for formal training.
For us as raisers, we can get them very young. We get them about 8 weeks off the puppy truck. And this little guy's about 10 weeks old. He just came off the puppy truck before Christmas. And so we start out just with really basic stuff. Relieving is a big thing. They learn to relieve on command. And we get them onto a schedule for that so that we have control over that. They learn to take food nicely, and they learn their name, and they learn some basic commands. And then they proceed into, bigger things, more commands. We take them out into the public to socialize them. They need to learn to become comfortable in a human world. Because if you think about people, they do some weird things and they go some weird places, right? They go to noisy places, they go to basketball games, they go to church, they go to work, and you have to lay under the desk for, 3 hours at a time, or things like that. All those different things that people do, they have to learn to be comfortable in that environment. And that is a big thing that we do, is the socialization. By the time they leave us as raisers, they're just a very well-mannered, very nice dog, and confident and knowledgeable. They think a little bit for themselves, and they learn how to react to us and what we want. A lot of comments that people say, when they get their guide dog, is it leads to freedom and inclusion and just a bigger involvement in community. Oftentimes they'll say it's like flying now instead of using the white cane.
A lot of times we'll say, raise a puppy, change a life, and the life you change may be your own.
That's very true.
It's definitely a community of people that do puppy raising, and you meet wonderful friends, lifetime connections. And little guys too.
Cute little guys.
Cute little guys.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope your Wednesday was a good one. Once again, a lot of those low-hanging clouds, light snow flurries, also some light misty rain at times today. Cougar Ridge Sky-Fi Tower camera. You can see all those low clouds hanging over the Cascades. It didn't produce a lot of moisture today, nor did it have any kind of snow accumulation out of it, but it did keep our temperature down once again today. Second day in a row, the freezing mark, our high temperature of 32 unofficially, 34 is our normal, 53 our record high, which was set back in 2015, 30 was where we were for a low temperature this morning, so we just couldn't warm up throughout the day today. 24 is our normal low and 5 degrees our record cold, and that was in 1984. We did pick up 1/100th of an inch of moisture out of all that today, and that now gets us to 1.37 inches since January 1st. Sunrise this morning, 7:41, and the sun set this afternoon at 4:41. Let's take a look now what we can expect temperature-wise as we get you into Thursday. I think tomorrow is going to be a pretty nice day. These clouds will move away. We'll see partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies. And look at these temperatures. Columbia Basin, lower 40s for highs tomorrow. Moses Lake, the warm spot at 42. 39 for Ellensburg, also up into Wenatchee. And boy, a lot of us in the upper 30s tomorrow. Leavenworth 37. Even Lake Wenatchee, not too bad tomorrow with a high temperature of 34 degrees. Taking a look at tonight, our surface loop, gradual clearing as we mentioned. High pressure beginning to slide up the coastline, and that will clear us out with the ridge up and over the Pacific Northwest. We will see a bit of a northwest breeze tonight with temperatures on Thursday, I should say, in the upper 30s, mostly sunny skies tomorrow. It's going to be a pretty nice day for us with temperatures, as I mentioned, a little bit warmer tomorrow, and then they dip back down on Friday. We will see partly cloudy conditions. A lot of that cold begins to slide down. Montana seeing that, and we'll just catch the edge of that. Friday's highs in the low 30s. On Saturday, kicking off our weekend, a weak little trough will move through Alberta and into Saskatchewan. That'll drag a front with it, and that means about a 50% chance for a rain-snow mix on Saturday. High temperatures into the mid-30s, ending our weekend on Sunday. Not bad. 3 areas of high pressure dotting the western United States map. We'll see mild conditions, highs in the mid to upper 30s for Sunday. So a pretty darn nice way to end our weekend. Kicking off our next work week, we'll see mostly cloudy skies on Monday. A little bit cooler temperatures. This area of high pressure grabbing that cold air and bringing it right back down into Washington. For Tuesday then, partly cloudy skies. We'll call it seasonal for Tuesday with afternoon high temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast, brought to you as always by Apple Valley Honda. And tonight we will drop down to an overnight low a little bit cooler than we've seen at 27 degrees, and that trend will continue. For tomorrow, mostly sunny, a northwest breeze and 39, cooler and 33 on Friday, and then a little more of the wet stuff as we get you into Saturday. Mostly cloudy skies. We'll see a 50% chance for a rain-snow mix. Nice end to the weekend, though, on Sunday. Partly cloudy and 37, a little cooler for Monday and 34, and then right back up into the mid and upper 30s for Tuesday under partly cloudy skies. Your high then, 36 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
NCWLIFE Channel is your home for local sports with the Wenatchee Panthers at East Wenatchee Wildcats right here. Coverage brought to you by Abby's Pizza, Biosports Physical Therapy, Clean Connection, Coldwell Banker Cascade, Confluence Health, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Kennedy Real Estate Group, Les Schwab, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, and Together for You. Follow all the action right here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE Channel.
And a happy Wednesday to you. The Seattle Kraken, after winning 8 straight, have now lost 2 in a row after a 5-2 loss at Edmonton last night. Game started well enough with Daniel Sprong scoring his 15th goal of the season to put Seattle up early, but the Oilers had different plans, however, as Edmonton kept rushing goaltender Martin Jones all night long.
Daniel Sprong around the boards. Solid and limited minutes this year. Received a pass off his left boot, gets it right back from Justin Schultz. To the middle, tipped home. And Seattle will take a 1-0 lead. A power play goal at 3:11. A beautiful deflection, and Daniel Sprong, one of the most productive players in the game, considering the ice time he gets, Louis. Beniers comes over, spins off Jeffrey McLeod, turns it over, fumble backhander to Guy Jones. Tremendous save with the left pad. But now Dreisaitl's on the puck to the middle for McDavid. Cuts around Burakovsky. One man goes down. McDavid shoots and scores. Brilliant rush by the captain. And Edmonton has tied the game on McDavid's league-leading 38th.
To work on the forecheck, we don't want to open up and go north and south of this team because they have depth throughout their lineup.
Tipped in front. Kane whacks at it, and a save made. Martin Jones with the right pad. Beautiful dart down the middle. Fogle breakaway. Denied. Martin Jones held sway and keeps this a 1-1 tie. Drifting to the corner. Knife down low. Derek Ryan clears out for McLeod. Holloway brushed it back. Desharnais a shot. And redirected. It's behind Jones. It is tucked home by Derek Ryan. They come up on 7 1/2 to go. Second period. 2-1 Oilers. Draisaitl hits Hyman's shot. Deflected. Draisaitl back into the slot. Jones lunging. Rebound score. From his backside, Warren Fogle. Carried forth by Wimber. Hits the line and the trailer done. A shot off the glove of Campbell and in. And Seattle's right back in the game at 3-2. Vince Dunn, when you're hot, those kind of shots go in for you. Connor McDavid, the drop to Draisaitl to the middle of the ice. Slash game on goal. And Edmonton catches another break. There, Holloway, the smart play. The reverse pass to McLeod, advanced through to Zach Hyman. Squeezes through Soucy. Centers off the post, rebound score. Ryan McLeod makes it 5-2. Cognizant of a massive Pacific Division win, the 4th in a row for the Oilers.
Coach Dave Hackstall says he likes how the game began, but there wasn't enough carry-through from the entire team to make a difference down the stretch.
Well, you give up 2 right from inside the blue paint in the second period. I mean, that's that's the difference in the hockey game in a lot of respects. There's, for me, there's 2 things that stand out. Too many rush opportunities that came off of our play, especially our play on the wall. In the second period, any rush opportunity that they got was either off our play off the wall, either in the offensive zone or in the defensive zone. So that stands out. The 2 from within the blue paint, and then in games like this you got to have everybody going, and we had several guys below the bar tonight, and that's on a night like this we've talked about that in a couple of our wins when we've had good wins in in games of this nature. We've got everybody digging in and doing their part, and we didn't have that to a high enough level tonight.
Kraken are tied with the LA Kings for second in the Pacific Division with 56 points. That's coupled back of first place Vegas. Seattle returns home tomorrow night to host the New Jersey Devils on Root Sports Northwest. That starts at 7 o'clock. Well, it turns out there will be 4 Wenatchee Wild players partaking in the BCHL All-Star Weekend in Penticton this coming weekend. Cade Littler will be joined by defenseman David Hayduke and Lucas McCloskey, as well as forward Ian Somoza on the E squad in the top prospects game. Somoza was a last-minute injury replacement who leads the Wild with 11 goals and 35 assists on the season. Friday's top prospects game will be held at the South Okanagan Event Center beginning at 6 o'clock. The event will also feature a combine for top prospect players with NHL and NCAA scouts in attendance. Littler will appear in Saturday's 3-on-3 All-Star Tournament on Penticton's new outdoor rink. Well, the Seahawks will have 9 picks in April's NFL Draft, including 2 in the first and second rounds. Thanks to Russell Wilson's trade, Seattle receives Denver's first and second round picks, which puts the Seahawks at number 5 overall. Coach Pete Carroll says he and general manager John Schneider are excited to see what April brings.
Well, it's different. Yeah, you're right. It's different because there will be a different attention paid to us from other teams that might be interested in moving around or whatever. It's just a different, we're always looking at the top 15 or 20 guys and trying to figure out how they're going to go and to figure out what's going to fall to you. And it's a different sense in that regard. We're a little more clear what's going to happen. We'll be more clearly connected to what the opportunities are. But this is, like I said, for John, this is a kind of a dream opportunity here, and he's pumped about it. And we've had enough experience together and with our guys and our system that we're wide open to what the options could be, and whether it's, the players at the top or whether it's opportunities to move or whatever it is, we've done all of it to some extent. And we've never chosen this high, but we were pretty close way back when, in the first year, so we're ready for this, and he's so steeped into it right now that when the time comes, so we'll be listening, we'll be listening and looking and watching, and we'll never turn down the competitive opportunity, as you know, and so we'll be in on everything. So.
Seattle's 2022 draft was considered by many as the best draft class since the Seahawks took Russell Wilson and Bobby Wagner back in 2012. Taking a look at the Les Schwab Prep basketball scoreboard from last night. In girls play, Prosser eased by Ephrata 73-46. Okanagan torched Tonasket 73-27. Lake Roosevelt better Brewster 56-47. Liberty Bell won by a field goal over Manson 22-19. Bridgeport beat Oroville 54-34. Waterville-Mansfield kept their winning ways alive with a 52-38 win over Odessa. Pateros routed Riverside Christian 68-7. Entiat cruised by Cascade Christian 43-10. A little closer on the boys' side. Prosser popped Ephrata at 79-49. Quincy crushed Cascade 106-54. Tonasket edged Okanagan 72-71. Lake Roosevelt topped Brewster by 161-60. Liberty Bell beat Manson 51-38. It was Bridgeport over Oroville 74-46. Entiat erased Cascade Christian 59-18. Odessa walloped Waterville-Mansfield 68-45. Riverside Christian down Pateros 75-38. Girls bowling yesterday, Wenatchee topped Ike 3-1, outpinning the Cadets 17-82 to 16-45. High bowler for Wenatchee, Charlene Campbell with a 179. Eastmont also defended its home lanes with a 4-0 win over visiting Sela. Wildcats had a total of 1,663 pins to 1,326 for the Vikings. High bowler for Eastmont, Jillian Castle with a 171. Moses Lake also swept its games, 2 games and 2 Bakers from Davis, winning 4-0. Wrestling meet in Oroville canceled yesterday. Only other score provided Ephrata downing Royal 51-21. And a reminder that we'll be out at Wenatchee High School tomorrow night for the big showdown of 2 undefeated teams in Big Nine Wrestling. Panthers and Sunnyside Grizzlies will air live on Facebook at 7 with yours truly and my dad, Dave, going to join me on the call tomorrow night. Match will air following Wenatchee Wild Hockey on TV at about 9 o'clock. That's Look at Sports. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. As you know, we tape this promotional announcement that airs during the NCWLIFE Evening News. We do it in the morning right after Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, which is why behind me from our Hay Canyon camera, our PTZ camera, you can see the snow coming down in Cashmere. So I wanted to mention that to the viewers so it doesn't throw you for a loop like, wait a minute, is it snowing right now? And why is the sun up? Join me for a Thursday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Somehow or another, I will cobble together a program. We'll find out together how I do. Live and local, 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, right here from Studio 2. Grant, back to you.
What? You record that? And that'll do it for Dan. Our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us. Have a great night. News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE channel.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Watch Vibrant Living, brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. Find out about programs and activities for ages 50 and over, and meet amazing seniors who contribute to our community. New episodes Sundays at 1:30 p.m., replayed throughout the week on the NCWLIFE channel.